So it is that time of the year again, and I hate it. I dreaded it. I feared it, and here it is, springtime. The heat, the disgusting heat. My God, do I hate summertime with a passion. It is February, what, 6th, 7th, 8th, I don't know. And already I go for motorcycle rides with a t-shirt on. With just a normal t-shirt on, right? I have to cover every part of my body just so the sun doesn't touch me. I'm covered in sweat even after a fresh shower. So I just got out of the shower right now, right? I'm all clean, smell good, feeling fresh, right? But no, look outside there. Even the windows being open, right? Like, even the windows being open, man, like, it just hurts your eyes, you know? But yeah, I look forward to it all year, winter time, and for those precious 2 months here in Vietnam when it's cold, when I get to wear my cool clothes and my flannels and my jackets, I feel so alive. It's like my armor. It keeps me detached from this world, from other people. Now, what do you see? It looks like full time, but don't be confused. It's spring. So yeah. Oh, hold on a second. So yeah, back to the heat. Back to everything that I hate. I wish I could go somewhere in Vietnam that like stayed cold year round. And there is some places like that. For example, on top of the mountains like Sapa. It doesn't stay cold per se, but maybe 70s would probably be the hottest, I'd imagine, because of the elevation. Maybe Dalat, places like that. And I do live near Sapa. I mean, I could go there every single day if I wanted to. I just don't live there. And in the valley of Lao Cai, it's trapped. It's trapped, and the heat gets trapped underneath the mountains, and it creates just this humid effect. So I go for a motorcycle ride, and my clothes just start sticking to me. So yeah, it's a sad realization. I remember the same time last year when I realized that winter time was over. That we're back to the heat. I don't know what it is. I'm sure some psychiatrists would say that it's born of insecurity. So you use clothing and mask and your helmet and all your gear and your vest and covering your skin as a way to hide who you are from the world. That you feel vulnerable. That's how I would psychoanalyze myself. I mean, it's pretty easy. I'm sure a 5-year-old could come up with that analysis. So the point being is, like, I think it's much deeper than that. I think, like, embedded in my genes, you know, like in my genes, in my DNA, there is some kind of connection. I don't know if it's spiritual. I don't know if it's just some kind of natural calling, that the cold is like part of me, just like the night is part of me, right? Just like how I feel alive at night. I feel focused, alert, sharp. I have no fear of the dark whatsoever. I literally walk alone on jungle roads by myself. You know, here, back in the States, it doesn't matter. In the States, you don't have to worry because you just carry your gun around. But here, you know, all I have is a knife or, you know, my survival or a stick. But same way with the heat. There's something in me that resonates with the cold, and it makes me wonder if you were to trace back my lineage, where do I come from? Where, where, what is that? Why is it that, I know adaptation. For example, there's these people in it's some part of the Southern Pacific, maybe South America, I forget what it is, but their spleen has enlarged like twice the size of like other different, ethnic people, and that allows them to have more red blood cells flowing through their blood that carry oxygen, and they're able to hold their breath as they dive. So what these guys will do is they'll dive underwater to collect things, fish, or look for treasure, and they can hold their breath. They've adapted and evolved to be able to hold their breath for, on average, 5. I think the world record was one guy did it for 15 minutes. Same with the Sherpas in the Himalayas, and the people who do what's the mountain? Mount Everest. So their chest cavity has evolved to be able to absorb more air because the air is thinner. So their chest cavity has, over time, adapted to that. So how did my body adapt to where I can't really feel cold? I can literally, you saw it all through my YouTube videos, right? I'll be on a motorcycle going 80 miles per hour or whatever with wind chill. So it's probably, for the American people, 50 degrees, 40 degrees with wind chill. It's below freezing. Yet my fingers, I don't even feel the cold. It feels so natural to me, so healthy to me. Yet this heat, like I feel like a sickness about it, right? Like I'm sitting here and I'm just sweating. I'm out of the shower, 5 minutes, and already I feel just ill. The sunlight just feels ill. It's like a poison. And I asked some of my Vietnamese friends, and they don't even feel the heat. Case in point, I'm sure your body evolves, adapts to it, but mine never will. I don't want it to. I don't want to lose my connection to the night, to the cold, to the rain, to the clouds. I don't ever want there to be a day when I look at the sun and think that's beautiful, because when I look at the sun, all I see is disgusting. When I see rain clouds, when I see snow, when I see the sun setting, that's when I see beauty. Night is beauty. And also from what would be the proper word for that? Physiological, but from a sociology kind of standpoint, I guess, for lack of fancier terms, people's behaviors change based off different seasons and weathers. As everybody knows, crime rates spike in the summer, but even in peaceful countries or societies, people will change based off of how the climate, the weather, and it's just, I like humanity better when they are cold, because I feel like you're in my world. I don't feel the cold. You do. Therefore, I have the advantage, I like the feeling that I could go out, literally run, do a hike for 5 miles, and not have a bead of sweat on me. I won't even sweat. 1 bead of sweat. Do 5-mile hike, right? In the winter. Yet, I go down the stairs now, even now in February, I walk down the stairs and I'll be covered in sweat, like this layer of sticky sweat, right? So yeah, this is a pointless rant about why I hate, look at that, it looks like fall time, all of these. So yeah, this is a pointless video, I know. Just me ranting. It's just, why is it that for somebody who loves the cold as much as I do, all the places I seem to go to are just hot? Think about it. Florida, where I went to high school, spent a big majority of my life as a kid with my grandparents, and in my early 20s. Texas, New Mexico, California, like all these different kind of hot spots that I could think of. Vietnam now, like, now let's try to name the coldest place that I've lived. would probably be what, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago probably, because it's right off the Great Lakes, so you get the the lake effect. Well, you get some really cool blizzards. It gets cold in Chicago, let me tell you. Beautiful, and it has so much wind that cold becomes like wind chill. But yeah, I want to go to the coldest place on earth, and it's in Siberia. I've watched a documentary on it. So cold that literally, within a couple, like a minute of your skin being exposed, you'll have frostbite. You have to. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And even that feeling of being cold just feels good when you're shivering. It just feels healthy. But mostly, more importantly, not even about the cold. It's just the sunlight. I don't get why people like the feeling of the sun on their skin. Yes, I know vitamin D, vitamin K is healthy for you. We absorb these vitamins through it, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. So if you ever notice, I cover every part of my body here in Vietnam when I go out, except for the tips of my fingers and my fingerless gloves, But I try not to the sun ever touch me, as if it's like a fire beam of cancer that would just kill me. Why am I making this video? I'm nervous. I got a good phone call today. Next week, something important happens, so I need to be on top of my game. I'm thinking about people, how it doesn't seem like people just always let you down. I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about myself. How many years I've wasted in pointless endeavors. So much time wasted. It actually angers me. And I subliminally take that anger out on certain people when it was not their fault. And they don't know it. They don't know that I'm angry at them. But maybe not angry is the right word. It's more like just disappointed that I wasted so much time. And now as I face the end of my time, it's just like, man, there was so much I could have done more. And until that last breath, until that fat lady sings, I will continue to do more, as much as I can. I just wish all you people in Alaska, Reykjavik, Iceland, Moscow, Russia, all you people, how blessed are you to live in such cold weather. But I love Vietnam so much, so it's like I'm so conflicted. How can you love a country so much but hate its weather to the point of like, ugh. Now if I could like pick up Vietnam and just like push it above China, like let's move Russia and China locations, right? So we'll just pick them up and let Vietnam be up in the northern hemisphere. Yeah, I've heard the argument that millions would die. True, but blockade. So then let's do this thing that everybody gets proper housing, a jacket, so on, right? Or not even that. How about this? A fair trade. Give me only 3 months of summer. I'll endure it for 3 months of this disgusting heat. But then it goes right back to fall, right back to winter, in the spring. Kind of like how it is in, like in the Midwest. About 3 months each, 4 months each. Like you get your 4 seasons. Instead of here, it's summer, and then one day it's just cold. Stays cold for 2 months, and then summer. And that's only if you're in Lao Cai. I'm literally in the highest part of Vietnam. Like, if you look on a map, right, you look at Vietnam, I'm the highest little point that you could go, you know, that's neighboring China. So if you were to look at, you know, like the parallel, you know, where that is, I'm not sure what state that would fall. Would it be Georgia, Kentucky? I know it's not Indiana because that's what Seoul, South Korea is. Seoul, South Korea parallels exactly with Indianapolis, Indiana. So it's maybe part of Florida. But I've been to Florida, and Florida's winters aren't cold at all. So, but it does get cold here. I'll have to get back to you on that. Anyways. Man. It just hurts to even look at it. What's going on with you guys? Let's have a two-way conversation. So, subscriber number 112, tell me about your day. What is going on in your life, my friend? Oh, really? You just got married. Congratulations. Congratulations. Subscriber number 250. What's going on with you? You're in school. We can't talk right now. My bad, my bad. Subscriber number 373. What's cracking, homie? Just enlisted to the United States Navy. Hats off to you. Have fun, shipmate. Vietnam subscriber 401. Xin chào. What's going on with you? Driving around Lao Cai, or not Lao Cai. Wow, lucky you, Halong Bay. A lot of tourists there, huh? This video is so pointless. I'll just call it the pointless video. Me passing the time. See, that's part of being an introvert. People always get so mad when I say I don't care about money. Why would I? I care about money when I need to pay off bills and pay people back, obviously. I care about money when I have obligations to people that I don't want to let down. But when it comes to my own personal happiness, you know what happiness is to me? This thing. A window with a view. Having the Batman haircut. I don't need much to stay happy. There's a part of me that is either broken, lacking, apathetic, or maybe it's a gift in disguise that cares nothing for the rules and expectations of man and of society. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want to be a good member of society. I don't want to contribute to a society, especially as a foreigner to a different country. I have an obligation to Vietnam to be to prosper here, to help Vietnam prosper. That is a privilege that they gave me, so I owe them a debt to do that. But on a personal note, though, I really don't want anything. When I do, I want my car and my motorcycle from America somehow magically to appear from here. But like material-wise, maybe a couple of new guns. Well, no, I do want something. I want a survival bunker. Any of you who've watched The Last of Us, I'd be exactly like Bill. You know, I was warning people about the Fauci years ago. No one listened to me, but I bet you're listening to me now, aren't you? I warned you all, but you all laughed in my face. I was warning about certain things coming years ago. I did overreact, though. I didn't have the information. I just knew something was coming. I didn't know the extent or the danger of it. So I do regret that I bought into the fear mongering, but I would like a whole bunker and a whole just like fortificated place up in the mountains. Electric fences, automated turrets, like the ones in Aliens that shoot anything that moves. A whole bunker, ARs, rifles, Berettas, 45, sidearms, anything you need for the zombie apocalypse or the cordyceps mushroom infestation. Enough food supply for 20 years. I would like to ride a CBR 1000RR in Sapa, just to say I did. But besides that, what else is there? I mean, I got 2 motorcycles, I got a car, I got a good family, I'm living in Vietnam. I lack for any... travel, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Travel. You need money to travel. Fair enough. But it's just like, I look at everybody else and they're so focused on careers and my career, and my focus on I hate that word, career. You're alive. You were not born for a damn career. Your existence, your point on earth is not to slave away. No matter how good a job you're doing, unless you're Elon Musk putting people up on Mars, unless you're, inventing a cure for cancer, unless you're a great artist or something, but if you're just, a cog in the machine, that's not your purpose in life. They've tricked you to think that. You're a steady flow of tax revenue for them. I should probably be careful what I say. I'm just ranting. Forget what I'm saying. This video is pointless. That's what we'll call it. The ramblings of an introvert. So what I'm going to go do is I am going to cricket. Little question mark comes over my head. I don't know what to do. I only know what I can do. And that's ride motorcycles. So I guess I'll go for a motorcycle ride. So, yeah, thanks for the talk. I just needed to get that off my chest. I watch the analytics to see the retention rate of people who stay on the videos, some of my ramblings, and it's 1 minute and then just drops. I don't blame you. I wouldn't listen to me either. There might be 1 or 2 souls, lost souls out there who get it. Sitting inside your house looking out the window too. Who understands why the cold, why nighttime is our ally. Why Batman is not the shadows, we are. But for the rest of you, you probably think I'm just some freak. But nah, it's not that. It's not that. Anyways, goodbye. Thank you for listening.